Hello Dino Peeps! When I published my video earlier today about the future of Arc 1, Arc 1.5 and Arc 2, I had a few questions about people asking why the hell would they close the official servers. And I think I make this video now to explain to you a little bit why they might have done it. Of course, I don't have answers from Wildcard, but I'm just using my understanding of the situation and my interpretation of how things are going to explain to you why they might close the servers. And let's get into. A few weeks ago, we did a little bit of an experiment and we wrote a program that would track the player numbers on official servers. And that was just for Steam only, but it was quite a revelation, I would say. Player numbers on official servers are really low. At best, at peak times on all servers, you may have 8,000 players. And 8,000 players might sound like a lot now. But if you keep in mind that Arc has about, I would say like between 40,000 and 80,000 players, then 8,000 is not that much. Especially when there are so many servers that every player could probably have their own single server and they would never have to meet anyone. The official servers are more or less empty. Most people play either on unofficial servers or even in single player. I think about 40% of Arc players are actually playing in single player and they never join a server at all. That was a big surprise to me, but apparently that's how people play Arc. If we keep this in mind now that the official servers are fairly empty and there are not that many players on the servers anymore. In between, I think our last reading we had was in summer and then we did one again a few weeks ago. The player numbers have dropped further by 30%. So the player numbers are going down. Like actively going down. I do understand that at some point you have to take the cost that such a network generates. Like it is really pricey to keep all the servers up. Not only the servers, but also the people who maintain those servers and who overlook those servers. It's really expensive. And at some point you have to consider or reconsider if it's really worth it. And I think that was something that they did. We need to keep in mind that we have a lot of different networks on official servers. If they would keep the Arc 1 servers, we would have an Arc 1 network, then we have the Arc Ascendant network, then we would have an Arc 2 network, then we have a Switch network, we have a Xbox network, we have a PlayStation network. We also have an Arc Mobile network, and I probably forgot something. But if you keep that in mind, that's a lot of servers, and if you have the potential on saving money on something, then you take the one that is not supported anymore in a way that it's not actively developed anymore. And it really does not hit a lot of players, but the players that it does hit, it hit really bad. I think for PvP players it's probably more a happy message than like an unhappy message, because PvP players have been asking for server wipes for the longest time. Like as long as I remember, they asked for server wipes. And they probably did not mean that they had to like rebuy a game in order to play on official servers again, because there will be an official network for Arc 1.5, Arc Ascendant, but they will have to rebuy it in order to play on the official servers, and I'm 100% sure that most of them will do. But for them it will not be like a big issue, but I know for PvE players, and I have talked to a few PvE players during my reset, as you can see here in the video material I'm showing you, that's me on our official server where I'm resetting. A lot of them are really disappointed and they're sad and they don't really want to lose like the years of work they have put into their bases and into their servers. And I totally get this, because I do not play actively on these servers anymore, but I still log in once a week to reset them, because at some point I was thinking maybe I can make a stream on it, or maybe I can make a video on it. And like weirdly enough, the video I'm now making is the video where I'm explaining why the servers are shutting down. I was not planned like this, but apparently that's how it goes now. But there's also another point, like despite being sad and being disappointed and not wanting to lose what you have built up in the past years, there's also another point official players have mentioned towards me, and that is relief. And you will now wonder, why relief? If you think about those people need to log in once a week or they lose everything. Many people on official do this for years now. They log in once a week on official servers for like 6 years, 7 years, even 8 years, to not lose their stuff. And they had to like build their whole life around the fact that they have to log in once a week. And that is draining. Taking over this responsibility that doesn't seem too bad at the beginning when you start playing, but then realizing that it's something you have to do in order to not lose your stuff, that is tough. And many people have told me they're pretty relieved and they will not start over on another official server anymore, because they said they made the mistake playing on official servers and they're not doing this again. And I totally get that, because I took over the responsibility of resetting our server like a year ago. But for the past year, I have been logging in every week, every single week, making sure that it was all refreshed, all animals were fed. And sometimes this can be really draining, because maybe you want to go on vacation and you're gone for like a week and you don't have the chance to start Ark. Or some problem we had during the lockdown, that we had players who went into the hospital and they were in hospital for several weeks and they came back and all of their Ark stuff was gone because they couldn't log in from the hospital. And having to shape your whole life around a game is, I don't know, it feels like you're held hostage by the game. So I totally understand that people are like, I'm relieved that I don't have to do it anymore, and that the decision to actually end this reset and refresh circle the decision is done by Wildcard and not by the players itself. So this is like the overall opinion of players on official servers. So I did talk to some of my friends when it came to Ark 1.5 or Ark Survival Ascended, and we were talking about the price point and how we're feeling about it. And while it sucks a lot that it was announced to be a free update and now it is quite pricey, considering that we will get Ark 2 with it, at least in the first year if we buy it in the first year, it's actually not such a bad deal. And most of us planned on buying Ark 2 anyway. I would have to buy it regardless because I make content on it, but many of my friends wanted to buy it anyway. And if we get it cheaper now because we pre-order, so be it. So for us, it's kind of not a very dramatic thing. I do understand if you're not interested in Ark 2 at all, if you don't care about Ark 2 at all, then you will think about, why should I buy it? Why should I pre-order a game that I really don't want to play? Why should I pay for this game? And I totally get this. If I didn't plan on buying Ark, I probably would not buy Ark Survival Ascendant. But I think when it goes like towards the end of the year and the new content map is published, like the new story map, I think that's when even those people who are like very critical now will probably consider buying it so they can play the new content. I've been in the Ark community for a long time just to know that there's always like a lot of negativity and a lot of drama, but in the end when the stuff comes out, everyone is buying it anyway. I'm not saying this is good or this is bad, I'm just saying this is my experience with the Ark community. But you ultimately do your own choices. You decide if you want to buy it or not. I'm not judging your decision in any way. I understand you either way. And I hope this video helped you a little bit to understand why Wildcard might have done this decision to turn off the official servers and to free up some space for new servers. We will see what the future will bring with Ark 1.5. I will definitely do videos on it. I will show you what it's all about. I will also make videos on Ark 2, so you, even if you're not buying it, you at least know what you're missing out on. Okay, so if you are around tonight in, I would say, like an hour from when I published this video, I'm in a podcast tonight, so keep an eye on Discord and on Twitter. I will post links where I am invited, so you can see what other content creators are thinking about the roadmap and the decisions Ark is making. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you a little bit. I'll see you in the next video, or maybe later tonight. Bye!